Oh boy, man. The boy Desiigner might be cooked for real this time. He just got arrested again for the same situation. And I lived in this area, so I want to break this down for y'all. Now, before I get into it, y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, man. We new on the channel. It's your boy Silk with Tapped In TV, man. We building over here, but check this out. You see me looking over here. I got the laptop because we got to go through the facts. I got to give y'all some background on this situation. So first off, let's go to what just happened. This month, July 26th, man, he got arrested for third-degree domestic violence with 3 counts of malicious injury to personal property. Excuse me, it was second degree, right? And the police allege that this is exactly what happened according to the investigators, right? They said he destroyed 2 cell phones with a hammer to prevent the woman, and this incident happened with the mother of his child, from calling the police. He chased her around with the same hammer. He threw her to the ground, threw her purse over a fence, and after she fled to the neighbor's house with her child, allegedly he used a hammer and a screwdriver to fuck up the neighbor's property.
New for you at noon, a Grammy-nominated rapper is finding himself back behind bars in Horry County. Police are charging Sydney Selby with domestic violence. Selby, also known as Desiigner, was arrested Wednesday after officers responded to Arbor Ridge Circle in the Conway area. Officers say they got calls about Selby allegedly chasing a victim with a hammer and damaging property. A report says he and a woman got into an argument over taking TVs off the wall. He allegedly smashed phones and grabbed the victim and threw her to the ground. Selby was also charged with domestic violence back in March.
Now, as some of y'all watching this video might know, March of this year, he got arrested for the same shit.
A Grammy-nominated rapper out on bond this evening after his arrest in Horry County. County deputies arresting and booking Desiigner, whose legal name is Sydney Selby, into jail Monday on charges of third-degree domestic violence. Records show the arrest stems from a confrontation earlier this month in the Conway area. Selby is accused of throwing car keys at the victim, who says they needed to go pick up luggage left at the airport. He then allegedly whipped the keys out of her pants pocket, causing those pants to tear. Selby's then accused of throwing the victim to the ground, and officers found scratches and bleeding on her arm and lower back. He has been released now. Selby actually releasing a number of projects, though, you should know, since 2016, most notably known for earning a Grammy nomination in 2016 for his performance of his hit song, Panda.
And then the last piece of backstory I need to give y'all on this one was crazy. April of 2023. He was on a Delta flight back from Tokyo to Minneapolis. And during the flight, the federal authorities said Desiigner exposed himself and was masturbating while he was in his seat on the airplane. They said the flight attendants repeatedly instructed him to stop. He allegedly exposed himself multiple times. Crew members tried to cover him up with a blanket, but he kept doing the shit. And when he landed, the FBI was right there waiting on him and locked his ass up. Now, he went on No Jumper to try to explain the whole situation, and he said he was vegan at the time and he didn't have enough sugars. I ain't never heard that one for some shit like this, but here it is. Here's what he said.
Was it like you thought that it was funny, or was it more something where like you were just fully like tweaked out of your mind and you just didn't know what you were doing?
Yeah, didn't know what I was doing. I was fully tweaked out of my mind. This is when I was vegan. I didn't have enough sugars and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was like I was kind of like out of my body. It was an OBE experience, like word. It really wasn't like who my character was, and it's just like word, bro. I was on medication. I took medication and word, and just went to sleep on the plane.
And so the FBI is waiting for you when you land?
Word, for real.
And what was that whole process like? Like, what kind of questions were they asking, and how concerned were they?
Oh man, they was like, yo, like, why would you do that on a plane? I'm like, out of my body, saying just like wild shit, just like, yo, like, but word, I had to get back home and just get myself together, word, meditate, get myself back together and stuff like that, excuse me.
And so are you someone who's always like really in touch with what people are saying in the media and everything? Like, was that kind of you up to see people just painting you as like a mega weirdo or whatever after that?
Of course, because it's my first time being famous, you know what I mean, in life, and I'm just like, yo, just thinking like, damn, I hope nobody thinks I'm a pervert or anything. Like, that's not what I'm all about, you feel me? I'm all about just like love and just like keeping things going and stuff.
So now, I mean, like, bro, what can we say about this? First off, let me say this. I lived in this area. For y'all that's watching that probably don't know, it's an area called Horry County, right? It's in a place called Conway, South Carolina, which is near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Some of y'all might be familiar with it. They have a big weekend down there called Black Bike Week. A lot of people go down there 4th of July. They got colleges down there, shit like that, right? Ain't really much to do down there but go to the beach, party, and bullshit. And for me, where I stand, I'm like, Designer's from Brooklyn, New York. What the fuck is he doing in Myrtle Beach, in Conway, in Horry County, South Carolina? Clearly, the obvious answer is he seems to have a child with somebody that might be from the area, and for whatever reason, they decided to set up shop there. But the thing about that is, it ain't really many music studios down there, if any. It ain't no music industry down there. Ain't nowhere for him to go to network, do podcasts, interviews, be around other artists, managers. None of that shit ain't going on down there. And guess what that means? Desiigner has a lot of time to twiddle his thumbs. And clearly in that time, he don't seem to be doing the right shit. So I'm honestly confused why he's still down there outside of, obviously he got the kid, it's his life, whatever, but doesn't seem to be a great area for him, right? Now more to the situation, Desiigner, this is your second time, bro, getting arrested for the same shit with the same woman. Now listen, I know we say allegedly, bro, until we get all the facts or you go to court or whatever, but damn, bro, same woman, same situation, same location. It leads me to believe it gotta be some truth to this shit. You about to crash out on her because the TV's off the wall, twin? You throwing her on the ground? I'm disappointed in this nigga. And the reason I say that too is because it wasn't long ago when he started putting out new music after his Wild Delta incident, and he was going a different direction. I thought, okay, bro might be on a nice path to build his career back up. Obviously, maybe he never gets to the peak of Diamond Record Panda that he had Kanye get on, and then he signed with Kanye. I don't know if that was the right move for him 10 years later. Maybe you probably shouldn't have went with Kanye, who, you know, has openly admitted struggling with his own mental things at times. But that's neither here nor there. I thought he was going in a new direction, a different direction that could help him at least build his career back to where he could keep things rolling. Hear how it was sounding.
Since a youngin', always knew I get more than rich. I got smarter than them guys, I got prepared when they switched.
So after he did this, I was like, okay. Bro seemed like he is matured. He's changed his sound. Maybe he's learned a lot. Maybe, just maybe, this wild situation he had on the flight will be the moment where things click and he like, I got to get my shit together. But clearly, as we can see, 3 years later, he done been arrested twice for domestic violence. Honestly, at this point, I don't really got no hope for him. Like, listen, Desiigner, I'm rooting for anybody black. This ain't no hate on you, but we got to be honest with you, bro. It's looking like it's over. It's looking like it's over. And right now, like, when you look at his mugshots, it seems like these situations aging him. Like, Desiigner ain't even 30 yet. Why is he looking like this? And I said this before in a previous video about YB, and this ain't no hate. This is a serious moment. This ain't even a joke. Mental health is a real thing. And Desiigner, in that clip from No Jumper, he said, yeah, I was out of my mind, this and that, I ain't have enough sugars. I don't know about that part, but whatever. He said his mental was off, he was on medication. He was on medication. Maybe he wasn't anymore. Unfortunately, in our community, sometimes people don't take mental health serious, but it's a real thing. Everything can't just be, all right, I'm gonna just meditate and it's gonna go away. Sometimes, and I'm not saying this specifically about Desiigner because I don't know him, but sometimes people are walking around here undiagnosed with something and maybe they do need medication that can keep them in the right mind frame, because something clearly seems to keep going left in Designer's mind to where he keep crashing out on his baby mother like this. You chasing her with a hammer? Now, what if this situation would have got worse? You went over there to the neighbor house and start smashing their shit up. What if they shot him? I'm not wishing no violence on no black man, of course. But we gotta be honest about this shit. What if he was having an episode of some sort and the police pull up and he wilding? So maybe it's time that he considers getting some help, because something does not seem to be right up here right now. Desiigner's still relatively young, bro. You got a lot of life ahead of you. But when you doing shit like this, it makes it hard for niggas to root for you, bro. Domestic violence, and then you just pulling your dick out on the plane, bro. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Nigga, it's a bathroom on the plane. At least go in the bathroom. Like, what you do? He said he was tweaking. He was out of his mind. I don't know if he popped a perk. I don't know what he did. But you can't do that on the plane, bro. You lucky they ain't put you on a sex offender list for that shit. I don't know where you can go from here, bro. But what it does seem like, bro, is it might be time for you to consider, maybe you just need to let the courts hammer out your situation with your baby mother and y'all separate and go y'all separate ways, and we just figure out the child support situation. You see the child here, she keep the child, and maybe you go to Atlanta or to New York again or somewhere where you can pick up your career, because in Horry County, South Carolina, bro, I'm from South Carolina. It ain't nothing going on down there for no artists like Desiigner. Ain't no studios, ain't nowhere for you to record, ain't nowhere for you to be productive. You're gonna have a challenge even finding a cameraman to shoot content down there. If you wanna have a chance, Desiigner, because you're still a young man, bro, if you wanna have a chance to pick your career back up and put this shit back in the right direction, bro, you're gonna have to do something different. You're gonna have to get your mental evaluated. Maybe you need medication. And you and this woman seemingly need to separate. I hate to be in your personal business, but when this shit reach the internet like this, I'm tapped in TV, we got to tap in. And I'm just being honest in this situation and saying, bro, if you want any chance to have any chance to at least build a career to the point where you can keep making money and not have to go get you a job at some point or some shit like that, bro, you got to do something different. You got to. I'm just disappointed in seeing a nigga crash out like this, because it was just a couple months ago where he had this situation. I did not expect to see another story just a few months later where you were doing the same exact shit, bro. We got to be better, bro. Where y'all think it can go from here for Desiigner, bro? I don't know. I hate to write somebody off, but it's not looking good for Desiigner right now, bro. It's just not. I'm just being real with you. Where y'all think Desiigner can go from here? Can he restore his career? What should he do? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. It's your boy Silk with Tapped In TV. Till the next video. Peace out.